Hello and welcome to The Great Escape, the show that vows to catapult couch potatoes out of their TV rooms into the great outdoors. What's more, it gives them and you a choice. 500 years ago, any travel agent worth his salt would have told you to avoid this place like the plague. And that's what all the invaders did. Which is why, even today, the ancient walled city of Bhuj in Gujarat survives almost intact. Take a tip from a 20th century travel man. Don't miss Bhuj for the world.
Tucked away in the westernmost part of Gujarat is a magical, mystical land that's home to scores of semi-nomadic tribes, is rich in legends, folklore and tradition, and contains the largest saline desert in the world. It's called Kutch, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. At the heart of the Kutchi experience lies Bhuj, the capital of the district. It's not the kind of place you want to visit for its nightlife. Come to think of it, I don't even think it has a nightlife. But in an age of discos, cell phones and fast cars, it's the closest you come to experiencing a medieval city, straight out of a Rudyard Kipling novel. Bhuj was once surrounded by a formidable wall, with city gates that were shut from dusk to dawn. Although some sections of the old wall are still visible, most of it was declared unsafe and demolished in 1948. What remains, though, is an incredible maze of narrow streets in which it's possible to lose yourself for hours and still have plenty of fun. Well, playtime's over now. It's time to do some serious sightseeing. The Chhatris, or the tombs of the Raos, the dynasty that once ruled over Kutch, is possibly the best place to start. These architectural gems, built either of marble or red sandstone, have intricately carved roofs that are supported by pillars at each corner. The largest of these Chhatris is that of Maharao Lakha. It contains a stone carving of the Maharao on horseback and is surrounded by 15 other memorial stones. Why 15 other stones? Well, one for each of the 15 wives who committed sati on his death. In the center of the city is the Prag Mahal, or the New Palace, that seems to have been plucked right out of the English countryside and relocated here in Bhuj. Built using Italian marble and sandstone, the palace has a few rooms that are open to the public, including the Darbar Hall, where the Maharajas used to receive their guests. It's badly maintained, and apart from a bizarre collection of hunting trophies that lie scattered on the ground, there isn't too much to see. What's well worth a visit though is the clock tower, with a narrow, dimly lit spiral staircase that winds its way to the top.
I'm never gonna smoke again in my life. Come on. The roof, like, please be the roof.
Medieval cities straight out of Rudyard Kipling novels aren't meant to have fancy hotels with swimming pools and central ACs. So, don't expect any in Bhuj. That isn't to say that Bhuj doesn't have any good, clean hotels and restaurants. There are a few, and they're by and large clean, cheap and comfortable. As for bars or pubs, forget it. Gujarat is a dry state, which means that serving or consuming of alcohol is strictly prohibited. But if the urge is too intense to resist, then try a little fruit beer. It's the local favorite, and if nothing else, at least it looks like the real thing. "60 kilometers south of Bhuj lies the picturesque little seaside town of Mandvi. Till a few decades ago, Mandvi was the largest and most important port in Kutch, a gateway for goods from all over Gujarat. Even today, dhows laden with spices and handicrafts set sail from here for destinations all over Africa and the Middle East. Mandvi once had a thriving shipbuilding industry. Although the demand for these Noah's Ark type of crafts has decreased over the years, you can still see a number of them being built. Salim Ali, the young owner of two of these dhows, invited me on board to look around. Although the steep climb to the deck was intimidating, it was an offer I couldn't refuse. If you're ever in Mandvi, don't miss having a meal at Zorba the Buddha. It's a little eating place hidden away in the center of the town that serves a fabulous Gujarati thali. It's also the only place in the world you'd get a fabulous 16-course meal and as many servings as you want, all for under 25 rupees. In Mandvi is situated the magnificent Vijay Vilas Palace, once the summer retreat of the Maharao of Kutch. This imposing structure stands out even from a distance. Interestingly, this palace was bought by Osho, or Rajneesh as he was commonly known in the 80s. However, the locals didn't take kindly to the strange happenings inside the high walls of the palace, and so he was forced to beat a hasty retreat. From the inside, the palace is rather simple but well maintained. However, all visitors on a guided tour are likely to see is a collection of British, Belgian and Italian furniture and a few other curios and souvenirs from a bygone era. It's rather like a large, sparsely furnished, eerie house whose owners are on vacation. Not the sort of place you'd want to spend too much time. The place to spend some time, though, is on the rooftop pavilion of the palace that commands an excellent view of the surrounding area. Sparkling white sand, gorgeous secluded beach. What more could you ask for? Perhaps no disturbance. Well, you could spend an entire day at Mandvi and not come across another human being. Just the kind of place where you can let yourself go.